Welcome to the Systematic Review Data Repository, or SRDR system. In this demo, we will review the different options for questions in SRDR that can be created with the question builder. There are a variety of question structures you can employ when creating your extraction form in SRDR beyond the simple text field. These options allow more customization of the form, which will allow you to better control the way your team members enter study data during the extraction process. First, we'll look at the open text question. The open text question is the most basic question type and allows the user to enter free text. In the first box of the question builder, enter the question text inclusion criteria and include any specific instructions for the extractor. From the drop-down menu, select Text. User will enter their own value. And finally, Save Edits. The question should appear in your extraction form as a simple free text cell where the extractor will be able to type or cut and paste from the study publication. The next type of question in the question builder is the drop-down menu, where all possible answer choices to the question appear as a drop-down menu in your extraction form. Enter the question text in the first text box. Did the review specify patient baseline characteristics? And any instructions for the extractors. From the drop-down menu, select Drop-down menu, choose from a drop-down list with an Other option. In text boxes that appear, begin entering the answer choices using the Add Another Option button for any additional text boxes. Finally, Save Edits. We will now look at multiple choice questions. There are two options when selecting a multiple choice question. You can either choose multiple choice, only one answer allowed, or multiple choice, select more than one answer. Note that with both these options, you may also add sub-questions for as many of the choices as you need. For this demo, we will focus on the single answer multiple choice. First, enter the question text, what is the study type, and any instructions for the extractors. From the drop-down menu, select multiple choice, only one answer allowed. In text boxes that appear, begin entering the choices in the table below using the Add Another Option button for additional text boxes. Next, within the checkbox, click I would like to include a sub-question. In the text box that appears, enter your sub-question. Describe the study type. Remove the check marks next to the boxes where you would not like the sub-question to appear. Remove all but other. Lastly, Save Edits. Next, we will introduce you to the matrix questions. Similar to the multiple choice question, there are two types of matrix questions. You can add a simple multifaceted question by creating a matrix of options addressing all factors for a given question. An other row can also be added. For all matrix questions, it is preferred that the broader categories, such as drug, arm, or device, are entered as columns, and the specific data elements are entered as rows. The first question type is the matrix of choices. Select more than one answer or only one answer allowed. If desired, you can restrict extractors to one answer per row in the question type drop-down menu. Enter the question text, which outcome categories were assessed and across which intervention. From the drop-down menu, select Matrix of Choices, select more than one answer. Note, when only one answer is allowed by a radio button, select Matrix of Choice, only one answer allowed. In the first text box that appears, enter the headers for the rows pressing the return key after each to indicate one option. In the second text box, enter the headers for the columns, again by pressing the return key after each. As always, Save Edits. The final question we will look at is the matrix of dropdowns. Enter the question text, which intraoperative analgesics were used. From the drop-down menu, select Matrix of Dropdowns, specify options in each cell. Use the rows plus button and increase the number of rows to 3, and the columns plus button to increase the number of columns to 4. In the text boxes that appear across the top of the table, enter the headers for the columns. In the text boxes on the far left, enter the headers for the rows. To create your drop-down menu for answer choices for a particular cell, enter the items by pressing the return key after each to indicate one option per row of the drop-down menu. To add other answer choice to your drop-down boxes, click the checkbox next to the Include options named Other for each drop-down menu and table. Lastly, click Save Edits. The following functions can be used for all question types. You may copy the question a second time to your extraction form by clicking the Copy Question icon located below the question of interest. This copy will be an editable replica of the question you just created. To edit any question, click the Edit Question option and make edits in the pop-up window. Finally, you can remove any question from your extraction form by clicking Delete Question. In this video, you learned the various question options using the Question Builder. Please check our other videos to learn how to create an extraction form template, enter study data, use the Question Builder, and other project tools. Thank you for using SRDR.